thinking about the worst case scenario, over analyzing things, thinking more than we should, thinking more than we have to, being stuck in the loop of the same thoughts, unproductive thoughts in life as human beings. This video is created to help you change from overthinking to being a normal thinker, just ordinary thinking. Rather, deep think when required than overthinking all the time. My name is Lungizet. I welcome you back to my channel. Today, we're talking about overthinking, as I have mentioned. The philosophy of the overthinking looks at or regards overthinking as deviation from authentic living. You deviating from authentic life, living, interactions, experiences, simply because you are trapped by your own mind. Therefore, you cannot live authentically. Psychology also looks at overthinking as repetitive thoughts that can cause anxiety, depression, shift in emotions, causing sadness, and also makes you unable to decide. Philosophically, we regard overthinking as a way of not reaching your wisdom because you stuck on repetitive and unproductive thoughts, thinking about the same thing over and over again, think about the same incident over and over again without making any difference or taking any action, just being jailed by your thoughts, being in the cage of your own mind. Then how do we solve this? First, you have to realize when you're an overthinker. When you overthinking, when you're an overthinker, you basically overthink everything and anything, especially if something triggers something in you negatively. Even if it's positively, you overthink about it. You enjoy the energy you get and the emotions you get when you overthink about it. The same applies when it's negative. You overthink it and you feel the negative energy. You feel the anxiety and the stress and the tension as you keep on overthinking, thinking and thinking about the same thing and being stuck basically on the same thing for hours, for days, for weeks, for years. It's unbearable, really, to be an overthinker. So I created this video especially for you, and it relates to me as well. Personally, I have suffered from overthinking for a long time, and I decided, no, this is not life. It's unbearable. It's not nice. It takes away the peace. There's no peace if you're an overthinker, because all the time you'll be thinking, all the time you'll be overthinking about something, because there's always something happening. So I decided, no, it's time to stop. Enough is enough. The first thing is to uh, all your desires, all your thoughts, all your experiences, your problems, your achievements, your struggles, everything about your life. You take all that, everything, the spirit being in you, helps you then to take all that and render it to God. Give all to God for God to handle. Which way is that? You pray about your life. You pray about your overthinking or anything that is worrying you. You pray about it and you trust God to lead your life. The more you trust God to lead your life, the less you overthink. Because you remember that you are not in charge of your life. God is in charge of your life. Therefore, slowly, you will overthink as you will make time for prayer at a certain time, specifically to talk to God about your worries and ask God to intervene. You take all your worrying thoughts, your worrying emotions, and you give it to the Lord for Him to intervene. So the load gets off you to Him. Of course, He's your Father, the Almighty. That's the first step. And also to control yourself. You see that I am starting to overthink. Realize or see when you are triggered to overthink and slowly talk to yourself. Tell yourself in your mind, in your thoughts, aloud as well, that you are overthinking now. You are starting to overthink. Calm down. Once you have telling yourself that, you breathe. Just breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Calm down. Be in the present moment. Because most of the time when overthinking, we either overthinking about the past, what has already happened, or we think about the future, potential outcome, the future, which we cannot control. So you breathe in, you breathe out, and be in the present moment where you are. Where you are, focus on where you are, on something that you can control, not on something that is not tangible, that you cannot control. You bring back yourself to the present moment. Breathe in, breathe out, take those breaths and come down and be calm. Another way to stop overthinking, thinking every time when you start overthinking is to analyze that thought. Analyze the thought. Is it relevant? Why are you thinking about the thought? Ask yourself that and answer that questions like, why am I really concerned about this thought? Why am I thinking like this? Understand it, analyze it, and also the emotions behind the thoughts that you are overthinking about, hours, days, whatever period that you are overthinking about. Just analyze that thought. What emotions that thought bring to you? What are you fearing based on this thought, or what are you hoping for based on this thought? To stop overthinking, analyze it. When you have the outcome of the analysis, then if the thought should be removed, you will remove that thought and deal with the emotions of that thought. Another thing is to actually communicate, take action, communicate about your thoughts. Yes, sometimes it's scary to say your thoughts as they are, but you can find a way, a more polite, professional, if it's a professional environment, a more polite, respectful way of saying that thought. So you can communicate it. You take it out from your system, from you, from here. You take it out from your system. And you also, as you take it out, as you communicate, of course, the emotions will be relieved as well. So you will be able to calm down and think less of that thought. You communicate to whoever you need to communicate with, and you deal with the situation. You deal with whatever that you are overthinking about. Communication is the best. Always. Trust me. And another way to get to not overthink and get rid of being stuck in the cage of overthinking, in the cage of your own mind, is meditation, of course. Meditate. Try to meditate. Try to meditate. You meditate. You release whatever tension, whatever you're feeling that is making you overthink. You release unnecessary thoughts. Meditate with peace, with love, and show that you are in a quiet environment, in a quiet place, and you simply go deep within.